Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a story about a man feeling crushed when his girlfriend says that his $6,000 ring is unimpressive enough. Man refuses to buy a bigger one. So let's read the story and then give my 2 cents. Alright, so this happened 3 years ago. I've been with my now fiancé for almost 8 years. I can't believe that this many people would take the time to read my story and respond. It means a lot. To be honest, I was scared to post this, because I didn't know how people would react. I've been called a jerk and a douchebag, but I appreciate your opinions. I've learned a lot from this. I thought that this was a place where people would judge me and tell me that I was wrong. He knew that she would always want something more, and he didn't want to set a bad example by giving in to her demands. Imagine that you work hard and save up for years to get her the perfect ring, and she tells you that she doesn't like it because it's not impressive enough. He took the time to pick out the perfect ring for her, something that he knew that she would love, and she took that for granted and complained about it. I hope that you enjoyed the story. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I would appreciate it. Also, let me know in the comments what you would do in this situation. Would you talk to her and try to work it out, or would you call it off? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I think that she realized later on that she made a mistake. That is why she apologized. But I hope that they keep working on their communication skills so that this never happens again. That would be devastating. You need to make sure that you are both ready for this step in your relationship before taking it. It's not just about the size of the ring, but also about your feelings towards marriage and commitment. Are you both ready to take that step? Have you talked about it? Do you want the same things? These are important questions that need to be answered before getting engaged. He showed her that she cannot control him. And I think that is an important lesson for her to learn. Instead, I've seen so many people supporting me and telling me that I did nothing wrong. Again, thank you for all of the kind words and support. I was confused. I thought it was beautiful and it was everything she had ever told me she liked. She was angry because she felt that he was trying to save money on her engagement ring. And then when the YouTuber asked her if she would prefer a fake big brand name ring or a real handcrafted ring from a local jeweler, she didn't know how to answer. This goes to show that sometimes we complain about things that we don't truly care about, just want to vent and have someone listen to us. But sometimes we forget that we are lucky to even have someone who cares about us enough to put a ring on our finger. She apologized for how she acted when I proposed, and I told her that I should have talked to her about what kind of ring she wanted. We agreed to disagree and move forward. She said that she was wrong and that she loves the ring. She told me that she never wants to see her friends again, and that she is the most grateful and lucky woman in the world to have a man like me, who loves her and can provide for her. We are getting married next summer, and I can't wait. I said, but baby, I thought it was beautiful, and you loved the picture I showed you of it. I am so happy that the update was positive, and that the two of them are working through this issue, because the original post was heartbreaking. It's painful to read. However, I do think that the girl was wrong to say those things to him. He saved up for a long time to propose to her and show her that he is serious. And even though the ring wasn't exactly what she imagined, he put a lot of thought into it. He knew that she loved that type of ring, and that is why he chose it. And instead of appreciating that and thinking about how lucky she is to have someone who loves her so much that he would propose, she started comparing herself to others. That's never a good idea. You will always find someone who has something better than you. That doesn't mean that you should go out and get it. She said, it's pretty. It's just not what I pictured. Not impressive enough. They would be over the moon happy with whatever he proposes, even if it was a little small. Your happiness should not depend on the size of the rock on your finger. I understand that she may have had something else in mind, but she needs to remember that this man has been with her since she was a teenager. He knows her taste. He knows that she is not materialistic, so why would he choose something that would make her unhappy? He proposed with all of his heart, and that is what matters. She said that she was talking to her friend earlier in the day, and her friend's engagement ring was much bigger and prettier. My fiancé said, I don't want something small like that. I want something more impressive. To say that I was crushed is an understatement. I pulled out the ring and showed her the receipt, told her that I had saved up for a long time to be able to afford that ring, and that was all I had. She looked at the ring and then at me and said, well, you really shouldn't have spent so much. I refused to buy a bigger ring. I felt like all of my hopes and dreams were being crushed. I felt humiliated. I barely spoke for the next few days. She would give me short answers and she wouldn't look me in the eye. Finally, I told her that I wasn't going to spend another dime on a bigger ring. She cried and begged me to change my mind, but I wouldn't budge. Now, she wears her ring on her right-hand finger. Her family thinks it's weird, but her mother says that it doesn't matter as long as she's happy. I feel bad because I know that she wants a wedding and a life with me. But I also feel like I did everything right and proposed with a beautiful ring. We've been together since we were teenagers. She was 19 and I was 21. Our relationship has been rocky, but we've worked through everything. I'm now 34 and she's 30. 3 years ago, I felt like I had finally come into the funds to propose to her. I didn't want anything too big, but I wanted something beautiful. I put a lot of thought into it, and I ended up spending $6,000 on a small solitaire ring with diamonds around the edges. I knew it was beautiful and suited her style. I proposed, and everything seemed to be going well. We celebrated with our families, and I couldn't wait to marry her. That night, when we got home alone, she looked at the ring and said, it's smaller than I expected. Update. I want to thank everyone for all of the support. And now my fiancé and I are doing great. Okay, so my thoughts. You see, there are so many women out there who would kill to have a man who is willing to put a ring on their finger. My favorite part is that he stood his ground. He didn't cave in and buy her something else. However, I do think that it is important to talk about finances before getting engaged, because you need to be on the same page. The reason why this story hurts so much to read is because it felt like a missed opportunity. I remember watching a video where the woman complained that her husband bought her a ring from a local jeweler instead of a big brand name store. So I hope that they learn from this experience and grow to appreciate each other even more. Anyway, that is all for me today.